Dez and DeMarco are cornerstone players for our football team. Those guys know how much we care for them and how much we want them in our football team going forward.
Almost fires a deep fake on the right side for Dez. He caught it over the shoulder. Touchdown, Bryant! And the X is going up again.
I'm not that excited about the franchise tag with this. I'd like to have our agreement and our business in place for a long time to come with this.
You want to play at your best. You want the guys around you to play at their best.
Handoff Murray coming left, cuts right, into the middle. 15-10, makes a man miss 5. Goal line, touchdown!
I ain't trying to put no pressure on you, but you keep running the ball like that, bro. We gonna find to be in that postseason.
We want DeMarco enough that I've got some serious flexibility in my bracket.
Handoff Murray. And left guard, he walks the dog right in the door. Broke a tackle, Dez. See you, Dez. See you, Dez. I see you, Dez.
DeMarco Murray, Dez Bryant produced more than any other tandem wide receiver and running back outside of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. Murray led the league in rushing. Dez Bryant led the league in receiving touchdowns. Now the big question in Dallas, and really one of the defining questions in the entire offseason in the NFL, can Jerry Jones find a way to keep both? Let's start with the wide receiver, Dez Bryant. Mike, what's the most likely scenario for how this plays out?
Well, as of right now, it looks like, Paul, at some point in the next week, the Cowboys will apply the franchise tag to Dez Bryant, in large part because Bryant has resisted the offers that the Cowboys have made on a long-term deal, because those offers do not have a significant amount of fully guaranteed money at signing. You can say you want to make the guy a Cowboy for life, and you can sign him to a 10-year contract. But if it's a year-to-year proposition with the team having the ability each and every year to decide whether or not to continue, but the player being tied to the team for the full scope of the deal, that's not the kind of thing Bryant is looking for. So if they're going to not sign him to a long-term deal with maybe $30 million fully guaranteed, he's better off playing under the franchise tag this year, and next year he'll make nearly $30 million if that's how it plays out.
So if they do apply the franchise tag to Dez Bryant, does that free them up? Does that allow them to sign DeMarco Murray to a long-term deal?
Well, yeah, but the question is, can they find a number that DeMarco Murray likes? I almost feel like they have to let Murray see what other teams would pay the NFL's defending rushing champion on a long-term deal, just so Murray realizes he's not going to cash in and make $10 million a year on the open market. And that 3-day window that's coming up before the start of free agency, that could be very valuable, because that allows Murray's agent to go out and get other offers. And if Murray's serious about staying with the Cowboys, Jerry Jones can say, fine, we'll match or beat the best offer you find elsewhere.
Two theories with running backs right now. Number one, it's a very popular one. You can get one anywhere in the draft on any free agent, plug and play. If you're good at quarterback and receiver, you can be good at running back. Or you can say, we've got something special in this guy. We're going to keep him. Which one do you believe in?
I would like to let him see the market, because I don't think there's going to be a huge market for a guy with that many touches last year.
80 more than every other back in the league.
Right. The problem, though, is if you're the Cowboys, what's your other alternative? Then you have to take a running back in the draft, because their backup running back situation right now is not where it needs to be. I mean, I had a Cowboys offensive coach say about Joseph Randle, their backup, Ross, he's just not mature. He's not reliable yet. And I think that bears itself out a little bit when you look at some of the off-the-field transgressions. He can run. I mean, you see him against the Bears. You see him against the Jaguars. He's got wheels. He's talented. But in the last 12 months, he's had 2 separate off-the-field incidents. He's not a guy they can count on. So if you roll the dice a little bit and let DeMarco Murray walk, and somebody else gives him a big offer, and you're left with Joseph Randle as your starting running back, this is a guy that walks out with cologne and underwear. I mean, this guy is not a guy that you can count on right now.
I mean, yes, he has a couple issues off the field. And I